Hi, today we'll be covering equation of a line. Now, a line is defined or unique if its gradient and a point is given. All right, let me write that down. Its gradient and a point on the line are given. Okay, now the other way to define a line is if two of its points are given. Two of its points are given. Now let's look at case 1 first. Now imagine this is a slope and it passes through this point. The slope is the gradient, all right? Imagine the slope is m. So it can't tilt this way further or tilt less, all right? It has to be at this gradient, all right? So you can draw many parallel lines, all right? If let's say just the slope is given. Now, if another point is given, then the line can't move anywhere. It has to be pass through this and it must have this slope. So the line is unique. Now, if the line is unique, how are we going to find the equation of this line? Now, let's say I take an arbitrary point, xy. Now, xy can be anywhere along this line, all right? It can be here, 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 or anywhere. But x prime, y prime is the given point. So it has to be fixed because it's given to you, right? This point here, the coordinates of this point. Now, you learned earlier in the gradient of a line can be found by using this formula, y minus y prime over x minus x prime. Now, if the gradient is m, so we can equate this to m. Now, this is the equation of the line. Of course, you can do a multiply, cross multiply, and then you can rearrange them. Now, let's say this is the slope and this is the given point. Let's find the equation of this line. So you can use this formula. Now, let's put this point as, let's say there's an xy point here. You don't really need to write this xy point. Now, the equation of this line can be written as y minus 3 over x minus minus 1, so you will have a plus 1, will be equals to 2 because the gradient is 2. Then you do a cross multiply, so y minus 3 will be equals to 2x plus 2. And then y will be equals to 2x plus 5. Now, this is the equation of this line. Now, let's try with another point. Now, this given point must be on the line. Now, let's say we try, let's say if x is 1, right? Now, if x is 1, y will be equals to 7. Now, the point 1, 7 is on this line because 1, 7 satisfies this equation. We get 1, 7 by substituting x equals to 1 here. So definitely 1, 7 is on the line. So let's say this point is 1, 7. Now imagine instead of minus 1, 3 is given, the point 1, 7 is given. Now let's try if we get the same equation, okay? Okay, let's say we do it here. Maybe I use a different color. All right, I shall use blue. So let me get the equation of this line. You have y minus 7 over x minus 1, and you get a slope of 2. Okay, so you do a cross multiply, you have y minus 7 will be equals to 2x minus 2. And then you bring the 7 across, or you plus 7 on both sides, you get 2x plus 5. So you find that you get the same equation. So as long as any given point on this line is given to you, and you have this slope, you will get the same equation. Alright, that is what the formula, that is what the formula means. Now let's try what does it mean by case 2. Now if 2 points are given to you, how are we going to find the equation of the line? Now you'll find that, let's say I put an arbitrary point here, x and y. Okay. Now what is the gradient of this line? You have 2 points here. Okay. The gradient of this line is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's say we take this minus this. So you got minus 3 minus 5 over this minus this, 7 plus 2. Alright. Now let's say this arbitrary point, alright, you can use any of the point, okay? You can use this minus this, alright? Let's use this minus this because it was, the back here will be the same. So y minus 5. But actually it doesn't matter, you can use this point also. Over x plus 2. Now here you get minus 8 over 9. Here you got y minus 5. You can do a cross multiply. You got x plus 2. So you have 9y minus 45 equals to minus 8x minus 16. Okay, so you can bring the 45 over. Alright, 9y will be equals to minus 8x plus 29. Right, that is the equation of the line. Now, it's not necessary that you leave it in the form of y equals to mx plus c. This is the same equation, so you can leave it like that too. Okay? Hi. Earlier, we learned how to find the equation of a line if you are given 2 points or if you are given the gradient and one of its points. Now, assuming that we are given the equation of the line, and this is the line, what can we say, what information can we derive out from this equation about this line? Now let us just recap. Earlier on, we learned about the equation of the line can be found by using this formula, y minus y prime over x minus x prime is equals to m. Y prime and x prime are fixed point on the line. Now if you do a cross multiply and you make y the subject of the formula, you will get y is equals to m x minus m x prime. Now the y prime you can bring it over to this side, y prime. Okay. Now what you realize is if y is a subject of the formula, then the coefficient of x will be the gradient. Now make sure y is a subject of the formula, not 2y or 3y or not half y. Coefficient of y has to be 1. Alright, take note of that. Okay. Now so when we look at this equation, alright, this equation can also be written as y is equals to 3 over 2x plus 2. Now, so the gradient of this line is 2. Is 3 over 2. Okay, gradient of this line is 3 over 2. Now, what is the y-intercept? All right. Now, the y-intercept is given by this value here, 2. All right. But in case if you forget, all right, very simple, put x is 0 to the equation of the line. All right, you can put it here or here, it will give you the same answer because there's the same equation. Now, why we put x is equals to 0? Now, x is equals to 0 because any point on the y-axis, the x coordinate is 0. All right, so you put x, for example, you put x equals to 0 here. So this part will be 0. And then your y will be equals to 4 divided by 2. So this point is 2. Or if you have expressed it in this form, y equals to mx plus c, and then this is also called the y-intercept, all right, this form. Okay? Now, then what is the x-intercept? Now, x-intercept, any point on the x-intercept has its y-coordinate equals to 0. So we can put y equals to 0 in any of these equations. Okay, let me just run over it. All right. So take for example, you put y equals to 0 in equation 1. Okay. So what will you get? Now from here, you will get 0 equals to 3x plus 4. So x is equals to minus 4 over 3. So this x-intercept is minus 4 over 3. Okay? So with the equation of the line, we can get its gradient, its x-intercept, and also its y-intercept. Now, let's say we go a bit further. Now, let's say this point, 2a. Now, 2a is a point on the line. On the line. All right. So, what is the coordinate of a? What is the value of a? This whole thing is a coordinate, all right? So what is the value of a? Now, since 2, a is a point on the line, so it has to satisfy this equation, all right? So what we can do is we put x equals to 2 and y equals to a into this equation to find the value of a, all right? So x is equals to 2 and y is equals to a. So I got 2a will be equals to 3 into 2 plus 4. All right. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10 divided by 2. So I got a is 5. So the value of a is 5. So let's say this point is here. All right. So this point is 2, 5. Now, let's find the equation of the line. All right. Okay. Now, find the equation of the line that passes through 2, 5 and it is perpendicular to 2y equals to 3x x plus 4. Now how to find the equation of this line? Of the line that passes through 2, 5 and is perpendicular to 3 over 4. Now you learned earlier, now the gradient of the line that is perpendicular to this will have the gradient will be the negative reciprocal gradient of this line. Alright, so the gradient of this line will be minus 2 over 3. Okay, now so what is the equation of the line? Will be y minus 5 over x minus 2 will be equals to minus 2/3. Alright, so you can do a cross multiply. So what will you get? You get 3y minus 15 is equals to 2x or minus 2x, sorry, you will get minus 2x plus 4. Alright, so you can do a rearrangement and simplify, so you get 3y is equals to minus 2x plus 19. Alright, that is the equation of this line. It is not necessary to put it in a general form or y equal to mx plus c form. Alright, you can just leave your answer this way because it is the same equation. Alright, we have come to the end of this lesson. Thank you for watching, and if you like our video, please press the subscribe button. Have a nice day. Goodbye.